Jason here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to become a better lead guitarist without playing the boring scales. Oh, I must have fallen asleep. Instead, I'm going to teach you how to play cool stuff like this. Alright guys, I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer here, and I'm going to teach you 3 awesome patterns that you can learn so that you don't have to play boring scales ever again. Alright guys, so if you don't have your guitar in your hand, pause this video, go grab your guitar and bring it back. If you're not able to do that, if you're like driving, you really shouldn't be watching YouTube while driving. You can listen to it, or if you're at work or doing whatever else, maybe you're taking a poop, I don't know. Whatever, if you have to just listen to it for now and then go back and get your guitar and play it later, that's fine. I'll accept that. Anyway, let's dive into this lesson. So again, we're breaking away from the normalcy of doing scales, of just playing the standard boring scales, and we're starting kind of with a pattern that's based on that G scale. I'm not going to throw up the tabs for that because you guys can find that on the internet or just wherever it's out there. So that's like the normal G scale, okay? The first variation, the first exercise or pattern, whatever we're calling them here, the first thing I'm going to give you is something kind of based on that, but we're just going to move those fingers around in different places. It's going to sound like this, and this is actually what I played in the very beginning. Now I'm gonna slow that down, and now we'll bring up the tablatures. They're up there somewhere. So I want you to just quickly, glance at the tablature now. It's up there, and kind of become familiar with those notes, right? And now I'm gonna play this slowly, and I want you guys to play along with me. So here's the normal speed one more time. I like that. I might put that into a song or something, or like going into a guitar solo, just on a side note. All right, so you got the tabs, you heard it again. Now let's play that slower, but before we start playing it slow, just be aware that the first part of that pattern, you're doing a string skip, okay? And that's kind of what makes this interesting, and it's really what pulls us away from that standard, I'm just playing the scales, I'm practicing stuff that's boring. But we're string skipping that first time around, so we're going from that first string, that E string, to the third string, the D string. So if you kind of got hung up on that part, I think I'm out of tune a little bit here. I'll fix it later. If you get hung up on that part, just know that that's a string skip. We're skipping that A string. So let's go through this slow. You guys can read the tabs. Here we go. Now we're doing quite a bit of sliding on that last part, and I'll talk about that more, but I want to go over this one more time. Actually, we're going to do it 2 more times, kind of at a slow speed, because I want you guys to get used to playing this pattern, but more so just kind of learn the notes. So let's play along one more time, real slow. One more time, just a little bit faster. Now, as you see, we went, from the string skip. We come right out of the gate doing something completely different than what you'd normally play if you were just playing the boring scale. So we're string skipping there, but then we kind of go to like a normal scale pattern with this part. And then, but then we kind of do a little switcheroo. We go, instead of finishing the scale like we normally do, we go back to a string that we just hit, like this. Go back to that note on the 5th fret on the A string, and then we go back again to the note we hit prior to that. Oops. And then we start doing our slides. So I just kind of do that slide method with just one finger. If you want to mess around playing that with different fingers, feel free to. And let me just say this. We're going to go through this pattern one more time, but we're going to play a little bit faster. But, let me just say this, guys. There's no wrong way to play what I just did. And I'm going to share more on that with you in a second. So let's go over this pattern a couple more times. Just a little bit faster this time, though. One more time. I can't believe I'm screwing up tonight, man. Alright, so that's the pattern. Now, you can play this different ways. I'm kind of doing some palm muting on some of these notes, if you noticed. And I'm also doing downstrokes. But try it alternate picking. If you were alternate picking before, then try it with downstrokes. The point is just kind of switch it up. That was alternate picked, and this is downstroke. And I like changing it up like that sometimes because it's very subtle, the difference here that I'm about to share with you, but alternate picking and downstroke, you get a different tone, a slightly different feel. And that's what I love about playing riffs like this and breaking into the lead guitar patterns. This is kind of up here in the rhythm section here, but you could definitely start your guitar solo out with something like this. So now I want to move on to the second pattern that I'm going to show you. And we're basically taking that G scale. We're playing the same notes down here, or up here, higher on the fretboard here. So we're going to play them down here instead. We're going to do something different. Instead, we're going to play this. Now, for this, because of the type of pattern we're playing, we're doing like a little sweep triad here. I'm going to set my pickups to the neck pickup. And it just gives it a little bit more meat and potatoes to the tone, if that makes sense. So that's just kind of a little trick that I do. Some of you already know that, but anyway, here's what we're playing, if I can remember it. Let's play it again. Now, if you remember, I also played something like that in the very beginning of this video. Actually, I think I played it different. Guys, I just made these up tonight, so as I'm filming the video. So if I forget one of the notes, just like put it in the comments, hey dude, you forgot this note or that's wrong or whatever. Just try to follow along the best you can, because the concept is really what I want you guys to grasp. Not necessarily the notes. I mean, yeah, learn this stuff. Yes, that's fine. But I just want you to grasp the concept of, getting away from just playing the boring scales and really just making up your own skills, okay? So that's what we're going for here. But anyway, the tabs are up here. I'm going to go through this kind of slow here. This one's actually kind of hard to play slow, but let's try it anyway. So we've got a few different things going on here, and of course, playing this sounds much better than, yeah, anyway, so we've got a few different things going on here. First of all, we're doing kind of a sweep picking pattern, and that's where you sort of let your pick just glide, and I've got some other videos on that. That's what we're starting out with, like a sweep triad. So we're just kind of letting it fall throughout these three notes. So that's what that is, and it's sort of like a hybrid almost between like a sweep pick and you're sort of picking the notes as well. It's kind of like somewhere in between there. It's kind of weird actually. But the nature of this riff is really sort of soulful. It's not meant to be played like super fast or anything like that. This is one of those types of licks that you would find during a solo when you're playing some fast stuff. See, I kind of just threw it in there in the middle. And again, I'm just making this stuff up, guys, as I go along. I have no idea what I'm playing. Anyway, so we're going to start with that triad. I kind of got off track there, and the tablets are still up here, guys. So we're going to start on that triad. Now, that to me is just a real cool sound. So just practice that part if you're having trouble with the entire, I mean, some of you guys might just like blow through this and that's cool, but I know some of you might be having kind of a hard time with this pattern here. But if you are, just, you know, and you guys who are seasoned, just kind of hang in there with me or fast forward, whatever. But for those of you who have trouble with this entire pattern, you know, break it down into small chunks. You know, get that triad down first, then add the other two notes, and then just throw in that last piece. So let's go through this pattern just a couple more times, guys, and then we'll get to the third pattern, because that one's going to be really exciting. So here we go. Alright guys, now for the third lead guitar pattern that I want to teach you here. First, I'm going to play the scale that it's going to be based on. One more time. Now, real quick, what did you notice different about that scale than the other scales that we heard earlier? And I'll tell you, now I'm playing some different notes, of course, but the difference is this is in a minor key. It's in a minor progression. The other ones were in major keys there. So the pattern I want to show you, I don't want you to play that because, again, that's boring, even though it's in a minor, and minor is muddle. That's very, very boring though, guys. So I'm going to show you a different pattern instead. Now, this lick here that I'm showing you is one of those ones that you can kind of throw into your solo, like in the middle, kind of like the one that we played, the last one we just played. You can throw that in there just to spice things up and just to make it cool and give it a lot more punch and a lot more feeling. Okay, so here's what I want you to learn. And I'll throw the I'll play it in normal speed and I'll throw the tabs up, we'll slow it down, all that good stuff. You guys know the routine by now. One more time. Alright, so now let's slow that down. Again, the tablature up there so you can follow along. So we're not moving around a whole lot. We're staying kind of in a compacted little area. Actually, you know, everything we've learned in this video is sort of like that, because again, I'm just breaking you away from playing just the normal scales and, you know, playing some of those notes, but play them differently. Don't play the normal scale pattern. You know, play something other than that. That sounds cooler and it's more inspiring to practice. So let's go over this a couple of more times, because I really want you to get this down. Again, this is something you can throw in the middle of your solos just to give it that extra punch and that extra feeling. Then you can go back into the fast stuff or whatever you're doing, okay? So here it is again. Now, a quick side note, I'm going to go off on a little rabbit trail here. If you notice, sometimes I'll play a note, but I'll have two fingers kind of around this area. What I'm doing is I'm just muffling the two strings that are surrounding the string that I'm playing, okay? And that's to eliminate string noise. So that really wasn't part of this video, but I just wanted to throw it in there in case you guys, you know, have to like, why are you putting your fingers up there, dude? That looks weird. What are you doing? Are you trying to tap and it's just not tapping? No, I've got a video a long time ago. I created one about eliminating string noise. So I'll try to remember to throw that in the description of the video here so you can watch that, because there's some cool tips. That was a completely side note though. It wasn't even supposed to be part of this video. So let's play this once more. Pretty cool So again, you could be doing something kind of cool down here. Something like that. Again, I'm just making this up as we go here. So that was all three patterns that I want you guys to learn. So if you need to go back, to these parts in the video, if you go in the description, guys, I've got the times of each part, okay, of where I show you how to play, and the times will be where the lesson actually start for each of the three parts that we just went over. So feel free to click on the description there and just click on one of those times if you want to go back to like 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. All right, guys, so I just want to give you a little bit of background real quick. The title of this video might have been a little deceiving, and some people might be saying, well, Jason, you're not wanting us to learn skills and theory and all this other stuff. No, that's really not what I'm saying, although I guess I'm kind of saying it. No, but really, guys, if you want to learn the basic skills, it's not a bad thing to learn. Me personally, I learned skills, but I like learned them and that was it. Like, I didn't harp on them, I didn't play them over and over and all that stuff. A lot of people would just, stick to that. To me, learning skills, whatever skills they may be, you just get into this robotic pattern. And me personally, I don't like to be restricted. And I think you might be the same way. I mean, you're a guitar player, you're a musician, you're an artist, and you're probably a songwriter and many other creative things as well. So us artists, we don't like to feel restricted, and sometimes just playing these same boring patterns, it makes us feel that way. We feel kind of caged, like a caged bird. Anyway, so I want us to kind of break out of that, and this is my way of helping you break out of that, to say, hey, okay, maybe the skills are okay to learn, but you don't have to stay there. I want you to, play what I taught you today, play those notes, but then I want you to take it to the next level. And you guys know that most of my videos, I tell you this, learn the patterns I'm sharing with you, learn the notes, you've got the tabs, all that good stuff. But once you learn them, break away from that even. So we got the skill, the boring skill, we're breaking away from that. Now you've got what Jason just showed you how to play. Sounds kind of cool, but now I want you to take it a step further and break away even from what I just shared with you, okay, and start adding more notes to that and make those your practice patterns. And I want to throw this in here too. I want you guys to then expand even more and adding even more notes, but not just adding normal notes. I want you guys to stretch yourselves and play what doesn't really feel comfortable, okay? Sometimes have you guys ever been sitting in the room and you're playing guitar, it's like, man, that was a cool lick I just came up with. And then you try to play it again, it's like, oh crap, that was kind of hard. I can't quite get it. I do that all the time, guys. Like, that happens to me, especially when I'm recording music, man. When I'm recording songs, I'll come up with a real cool solo, and then I'll look back and people will ask me, it's like, hey, can you tab that out? I'm like, no, I can't, because I have no clue what I played, and I don't know if I can play it again. So my challenge to you and myself too is to stretch yourself, to those limits, but don't stop there either. Learn that pattern. Like, if you come up with something cool, learn it, embrace it, and maybe even write out the tabs for it or whatever. I know I'm kind of taking this to the extreme here, guys, but the whole point of these types of videos, really every video on my channel, is really to help you. It's about you as a musician, as a metal guitar player. Even if you don't play metal, I want you guys to take what I'm teaching you and apply it, but then expand on it, and the purpose is for you to become better. I love our world of metal. I love our world of musicians, guys. We're like this huge family. So it's not like I don't look at guitar playing as and I'm going way off course here, but I have fun doing this. And if you're still watching, thanks. Hang out with me for a little bit. Actually, I do need a sip of beer. I'm coming out with another metal and beer video soon, so don't worry, that's coming. Man, I usually don't even drink beer during the week, but I figured, hey, let's do it. Dude, now I totally forgot what I was talking about. No, so I want you guys to expand, okay? I want you guys to become better. And what I was about to say is, I don't look at guitar playing as like a competition. A lot of people say, well, that guitar player's better than that one, or he's better than that one, or whatever. I think that you have certain phases. I think you have certain levels of guitar playing that you get to. Okay, and once you get to a certain point, you're just as good as a lot of people out there, and you might be better at one thing, and this person over here at your same level may be better, you know, at something else than you are, right? So you may, for example, be like really good at sweep arpeggios. You may get that down, and a lot of guys play those things fast, you know, but you might not be so great at like speed picking across, you know, different strings. Whereas someone else at your level, you know, at your same level, give or take a little, they may be good at everything on guitar, but they suck at sweep picking, or maybe they don't suck, but they just have a hard time with it. You know, and we all have that. We all have our weak points. You listen to guitar players, and I don't want to name any guitar players off, but you listen to the really famous guitar players, the ones that you admire, the ones you really enjoy hearing, and you'll notice, listen to them closely, you'll notice that, you know, and I'll throw some names out there. Joe Satriani, for example. So listen to his style of playing versus someone like Yngwie Malmsteen. Okay, I think those guys are at the same level of musicianship, right? The same level of guitar playing, but their styles are completely different. And you know, let's be real. You know, Malmsteen is like the king of sweep arpeggios. I don't think Satch can play a lot of the stuff that he can. However, Joe can do a lot of things on guitar that I've never heard Yngwie do. You know, and I know if both of those guys ever watch this video, which I doubt they will, they'll probably both smack him. It's like, no, dude, I'm better than him. Yeah, I'm better than him. You know, something like that. But you guys get what I'm saying. I'm saying the guitar playing is not a competition, right? You know, but what I want you to compete against yourself, not against your buddy or somebody on TV or some famous band. Compete against yourself, right? It's all about becoming better than you were, you know, tomorrow than you were today. That's what I want from you. So guys, I know I kind of extended this video out, just kind of chatting with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully what I'm saying, you know, made some sense tonight, and I hope it helped you. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate your support. Please share this video. Please like and give me a comment, and please share this video. That will help my channel tremendously, and I'm really wanting to grow this channel, so that helps a lot. Guys, until the next video, as always, keep it metal.